We're gonna start with 1 cup of rinsed rice, and you can use any rice. White. I've never made it with brown rice, but I've made it with basmati rice, I've made it with Persian rice. That's the best. If you have Iranian rice, berenj, you're golden. But I've also made it with just like regular, like medium grain rice. I'm gonna be cooking it with a pressure cooker, and this recipe is gonna be based off of the pressure cooker, because if you want it to turn out the way that mine always turns out, then this is the way you gotta do it. And then I'm gonna add 2 cups of boiling water to this. So we put a pinch of salt. And then I have cardamom here. And I'm gonna add about 10 cloves whole. I'm not gonna crush them or anything or grind them, because I want to be able to pick them out later. 10. So it's starting to boil. I'm going to put the lid on, turn the pressure cooker on the highest setting. And there's one thing I forgot to add in with the cardamom. Cinnamon. You just need to add 1 stick, and it'll do. So the little red signal has popped up, so the pot is pressurized. I'm gonna put it on low and let it cook for about 10 minutes. I'm going to add the milk and the heavy whipping cream now. So since there's milk and rice in it now, I'm just keeping it at like medium heat, and I'm just going to wait for it to slowly pressurize. I decided to do a voiceover for this clip because the sound of the spoon stirring is really loud and you can hardly hear what I'm trying to say. But it took about 10 minutes for the pot to reach full pressure, and I let it cook at full pressure for another 10 minutes. And after opening up the lid, I was happy with the consistency, and I'm just stirring it here to show you that the rice will continue to just kind of break apart and create that starchy pudding-like consistency. And it's okay if you think it's absorbed a lot of the liquid here. It's actually the consistency that we're trying to reach. That's why I still have the heat on underneath it, so that it will look like this after a couple of minutes of stirring on low heat. It will get stiff and dry, and that's what we want it to look like right here, because as soon as we add the sugar will melt and make it a little bit more liquidy and smooth. So we've got roughly about 1 cup of sugar here, and yeah, I used the raw sugar. It does kind of take away the whiteness of the pudding, but raw sugar, it has flavor. So at this point, all that needs to be done is tasting it and seeing if the sugar is enough, and adding a little bit of rose water, and of course taking out all of the spices that we added in the beginning. I poured some so that I can taste test. The sugar amount is good. So between 3/4 of a cup and 1 cup of sugar should give you the perfect amount of sweetness, where you could have it just on its own, or it would still be sweet enough that it would taste good with tea. And I added just about 1.5 tablespoons of rose water. I'm just going for the spices. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've gotten 4 out so far, and the cinnamon stick. This is actually one of my favorite parts because I like to see if I can find all of them. So far I got 6 and 7. 3 more to find. Okay. 8. 9. Where is number 10? Always the hardest one. And it's good because as I'm searching, I'm also stirring, and it's just getting, in Farsi, it's like غلزات. It's just getting like thicker and thicker. 10. Okay, found them all. There we go. I hope that this video was helpful and that you're able to make the same rice pudding in your own home. I'm just gonna real quickly say the types of toppings you could put on it. I usually do shredded, unsweetened coconut, raisins, cinnamon, powder, rose petals, like powder form, and what else? Pistachios, slivered or ground. What else do I put on here? Sesame seeds, a little bit of honey. Possibilities are endless, so enjoy.